Hey, yo, welcome back to the channel, man. Now, we understand that Zionists are liars. They lie so much that these people, like literally, even if they say the sky is blue, I won't even believe them anymore. You know what I mean? That's how much they lie. I mean, I know the sky is blue, but you get what I'm saying, right? Even if they speak the truth, I won't even believe them anymore. Even if they speak the truth, I won't even believe them anymore. Now, why am I talking about this? So, Pierce Morgan, Mr. Do you condemn Hamas? Yes, that very Pierce Morgan, the one whose channel really took off because of October 7th. He definitely monetized that. But I will give Pierce Morgan a prop because when October 7th happened, he was the only one that I'm aware of that was actually giving voice to both Palestinian and the Israelis, which I will give him prop for. And a lot of people got to hear from both sides. Fast forward to the 2 years later, we now understand who's in the right and who's in the wrong. I mean, again, I've made multiple videos about this, so I don't really go much. I don't want to dive much into it. But if you want to go ahead and hear my opinion as to who supports Israel and who doesn't support Israel, just go like 2 or 3 videos down, and you will see that. With that being said, right? You got this big Zio supporter over here. In my opinion, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. The only people who still support Israel are literally demonic, racist, brainless idiots of society. Because there's no way anybody can see what's going on in Palestine and still stand there and be like, well, Hamas started it. Actually, Hamas didn't start it. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that Hamas didn't start it because this did not start in October 7th. Yeah, it didn't start in October 7th. But if we want to talk about October 7th, we can talk about that as well. Because, Hannibal Directive was also activated on that day. So if you want to be pissed at the fact that Israeli died on that day, you should also be pissed off at Benjamin Netanyahu because for over 6 hours, he did absolutely nothing. Not only did he not do anything, even though literally in every corner in every corner of Israel, each and every single one of these people have like just rifles hanging on their side, so they could have easily stopped what's going on October 7th, but they were commanded to stand down. Not only were they commanded to stand down, the ones that were on duty were commanded to fire on their own people. AKA, the Hannibal Directive was activated on that day. That's only October 7th. Now we can also talk about the Nakba as well. This goes far back. This has been going on for over 70 years. But they won't tell you that. You want to know why they don't want to tell you that? Simple. Because they want to control the narrative. They want you to not worry about the last 70 years of the occupation. They'll probably tell you something like, well, in 2005, Israelis backed out. When in reality, okay, you backed out, but you still have control over the sea. You still have control over the land. You still have control over the food that comes in and out. You still have control over their lives. So what kind of backing out is that? What do you that's not backing out. Imagine I go and take my neighbor's house, but I still control the electricity. Now, let me go ahead and rephrase that. I move out of my neighbor's house. I still control the electricity. I still control the food that comes in. I mean, seriously, is that really giving control back to my neighbor? When I'm still in control of the basic means of their lives, the things that are necessary for them to survive, I still control that. The water that flows into the house, I can turn that on and off whenever I feel like it. Did I really move out? No, I did not. Anyway, sorry to go on a big tangent because I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. It really pisses me off because it's so clear, it's so obvious, but you still have brain dead idiots like this who still support these people because they think they're on the right side of history. And then they're just like trying to tell you don't believe what you see, but rather believe what you hear and listen to me when I tell you that Gazans are not being starved to death, even though we've seen pictures of Palestinian. We've seen them. All we see is bone with a little bit of skin left. Their body is eating itself to trying to stay alive for as long as possible. The doctors that are there are having a hard time eating. The doctors, these people are not even Palestinian and they can't even eat food. And then when you give them the little tiny food, that has been that's there, you shoot them when they're trying to go get these foods. And now recently, there was a new picture that was released of an Israeli hostage in a tunnel that Hamas released. And that's what brought us to here. Piers Morgan is a effing asshole. Now, this is why he said it. I'm pretty sure you probably read it now, but let me go ahead and just read it anyway in case you were just listening to me via headphone, which thank you for staying and listening, by the way. It's interesting that all the prominent pro-Israeli voices on here who refuse to believe any Gazan casualty number published by Hamas run Palestinian Health Ministry accept the veracity of hostages, and then pics video posted by Hamas without hesitation. So as soon as they saw one of their own that was skinny, all of a sudden they took that and just ran with it. They just ran with it. Heck, in my opinion, Hamas could have probably put a bag over his head without showing the face and said this is an Israeli soldier, and these guys will run with it and then post another video and say, nope, sorry, it's actually a Palestinian. And I guarantee you these people will literally be like, oh, okay, take the pictures down. This is how demonic they are. This is how stupid they are. So with that being said, I went ahead and replied. And my reply says, he exposed y'all, which is, I was talking about Piers Morgan, by the way. When Hamas posted a picture of a starving Palestinian, y'all called it Pollywood or whatever. But as soon as you saw one of your own, y'all didn't even question it. What a bunch of hypocrite fool. FYI, Muslims are commanded to treat war prisoner like they treat themselves. They're not allowed to starve him while they have food. The video you saw was a result of Israeli blocking the food from going into Gaza. Hamas in the video said we feed him what we eat. So that's, I wish I found that video and I wish I saved it, but that's what happened. Right? That's exactly what happened. I'm over here talking and I didn't even show you guys this whole thing, but you know, I literally just read everything on this post. But that's what happened. Hamas posted a video. They're not going to show you the caption to that video, but the caption literally says, we fed him what we eat. That was written at the bottom of it. So Hamas was pretty much telling these fools that, hey, we try to feed this guy, but the fact that you guys have blocked the food from coming in, this is the result of your own action. This is not our fault. We are trying to survive and we are trying to keep him alive. All you have to do is just end this whole war, give us back some of our hostages, because let's keep in mind, Israelis are holding over 1,000 Palestinian hostages. Give us back our hostage and all of this can end. But you see, these idiots are not going to look at it from that angle. Rather, they will look at it from the angle of, oh my God, this is a Holocaust all over again. Look how skinny he looked. And then they'll take an old picture from the Holocaust and then compare it to now. That's what they got from that. Is how unjust they're being treated in this world. From one picture, ladies and gentlemen. From one Israeli prisoner. Meanwhile, we were seeing hundreds and thousands of pictures of Palestinians. Just so freaking, they need food. They need food. Anyways, if you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like and sub, man. I'll catch you guys up later.